I'm Dennis Martin, President of Demartek. In this video, we're reviewing a fraud protection solution powered by Dell, Samsung, and Aerospike. Technology can make it easy for criminals to steal from vendors and consumers in relative safety. Stolen or fake credit cards and identity theft are common, but by no means the only methods employed. Combating this criminal activity is a never-ending arms race between fraud protection programs and bad guys who look for new ways to commit fraud. Large amounts of data need to be processed quickly to determine the likelihood that a particular transaction is fraudulent. Multiply this by the high number of transactions a financial institution processes every day, and you can see why it's called big data. Fraud prevention service level agreements, or SLAs, are on the order of 1 second. Computationally speaking, that's a long time, but the algorithms are complex. Older generation servers, spinning disk drives, and relational databases can struggle to supply data fast enough for these calculations to complete in that time. Businesses had to accept slower responses and risk irritating customers, or use simpler rule sets in their fraud prevention engines and increase the risk of getting scammed. Either choice is a loss for the business. Dell, Samsung, and Aerospike have partnered to provide another option. These companies are combining the newest server, NVMe flash, and NoSQL database technologies to deliver extremely fast response times to the complex analytics of a fraud prevention system. The Dell R730xd server supports the latest processor and memory technology and expands the PCIe bus to external drive bays, making it very easy to deploy low-latency Samsung SM1715 NVMe small form factor drives. The Aerospike database is specifically designed to harness this processing power and I/O throughput to supply vast amounts of unstructured data at rates that are unachievable by legacy platforms. Demartek was commissioned to validate a fraud prevention benchmark on a 4-node Aerospike cluster. We observed the Dell and Samsung platform easily supporting 1 million read operations per second. A read-only baseline test had 99% of all operations complete in less than 20 milliseconds. A read-only scenario is an artificial best case, so a follow-up test was executed where the database also experienced a heavy write load at the same time, simulating a real situation where business doesn't take a break to do fraud calculations. The database read request response times were 40 milliseconds or less on the busier system. Putting these results in perspective, the database response time is less than 1/25th of the fraud prevention SLA in the worst-case scenario. This gives the application a lot of compute time to run that data through its rule sets, including time to request more data from the database if multiple iterations are needed to satisfy the algorithms. These Aerospike response times are possible because of the extremely low hardware latencies from the Dell and Samsung platform. The benchmark testing we observed only consumed about a quarter of the compute power of the R730xd servers. We're confident the workload could have been pushed much harder. Aerospike scales linearly, so larger and larger datasets can be managed by simply adding more cluster nodes. To have a look at the full report, just click here. While you're on our website, have a look at the other reports, guides, and commentary we've been doing. Stay up to date on all the latest Demartek news and evaluations by signing up for our free monthly newsletter by clicking here. Thanks for watching.